sad how they do our people. Yo, the worst thing they could have, when I was at that board meeting and they voted, and I heard the justification from the board members of why a D should be passing because of our no mother and father at home and this and that. And I'm sitting there like, yo, okay, we've always persevered past that. Yo, that's not nothing new.
That bullshit.
Like, don't dumb shit down for us. Like, I need my kids to strive for greatness.
For greatness.
Not fucking subpar below shit. Thinking that, I graduated high school. Yo, only thing you needed was a D. You was a D plus person when you cannot go to college. No. You can't even go to junior college.
I was about to say that.
And what job are you going to have? That. What job are you going to have as a D? You was a D. Yo, come on, man.
This is the journey. This is your moment. It's about time for us to get right. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Welcome to the cave, the Mancave, where we parlay, better on self. You're invited to the private conversations that happen inside while they outside sleepwalking. This is the apprenticeship. All of our guests on the show are here to share their journeys to becoming a master. So humble yourself and tap in. Come parlay in the Mancave.
Because the creator is a reflection of you.
So look. So just in that same aspect of what I just said, you have this, let's say you have a 7-year-old child who's growing up in the hood, and they don't have the right shoes, they can't afford a uniform for school. So the drug dealer take them and be like, you know what, little man, I'm gonna get you these shoes. I know your mother, she strung out or she can't provide for you, so let's get little man some shoes. Hey, don't say nothing about little man, he good, man. You stay in school, you get these books, you do this, that, and the third. All right, little man, you need to get some food. You take him, he get some food. You feed him. He need a warm blanket to lay on. He go, he sleep well and things of that sort. So by the time he get older, he looking at the OGs in his neighborhood, the ones who he look at as mentors. They didn't fed him, put money in his pocket. They told him stay in school, so he looking at them in the highest of forms, right? But by the time they get 14. Them dudes will blow your head off on them. They are, hey, cause all it take is, hey, you wanna make some money, little man? Cause they might have been giving you money for your books, or giving you money for uniform, giving you money for toys, giving you money, and they giving you a warm bed to sleep on. So now, when it come down to it, I'm not gonna snitch on you. Cause you my OG, you looked out for me when I ain't had nobody else in my life. You willing to take a bullet for him, or you'll put a bullet in somebody else. Like, so I feel like it's a duality to all that, because you prey on people's lack of resources, lack of things they don't have, so you get them to do things later on that they couldn't see that you were really planting the seed for. But that's how it normally happens in the hood.
Nah.
That's how it normally happens in the hood as well.
But I got
black and white. It's poor people.
I gotta give you the opposite story though, nephew, and that might be your era. But in my era, it was just the opposite. Mm-hmm. So, in my neighborhood, I was the poor kid who mine worked at nighttime, and I was the athlete, I was the scholar, and I started trying to hustle to make a couple dollars, and them old heads grabbed my ass up and was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Right. I said, oh, no, we got... They was like, nigga, anything you need, we got you. And I was like... Oh, I mean, I'm just trying to get school this and that. They was like, yo, we got you. Your mother ain't got, whatever you need, we gonna pay for your books, your football cleats, your all that shit. Yo, and then when I got to the point where I was doing my thing and I was broke and I tried to hustle, man, them niggas was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Right. If you think you gonna sell drugs around here, you crazy in your ass, yo, get your motherfucking ass back in school. And getting them books. Like, we need you to be out of here. And the thing was, Ollie, like you said, no name dropping, but them dudes, they pulled me up and they was like, anything you need. And that's why, Jamal, I have the mentality that I have. Right. Yes, it was the Mr. Gibsons and the Tyrones and all that, but them hood dudes, they looked out for me. And they would not allow me to stray. And that's the thing that bothers me so much with this generation now. There's nobody in there that's that moral compass of no, don't mess with Shorty. He good. Yeah. Let him do. Yo, it's wide open, and it makes open. Me sad.
It's wide open
because we are the most talented people.
Yeah.
And I had old heads. Yo, I'm saying like this. Anything I needed, I got. When I stepped over the line, my mother didn't even know, and they was jacking me up like, yo, what are you doing? No, I needed that. Yo, didn't I tell you? No, I ain't gonna ask you. Nigga, listen, what you need? Oh, we going on the field trip, da 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 da. Get that to your teacher. Yo, and that's how our old heads was in the neighborhood. Our OGs in the neighborhood. Now,
in the street.
Now, if you was
but that's
like somebody else, like whatever, and they knew that was your life and you were just doing you, then it was they recruited you because it was we need to save you from you because you wildin'. We gonna put you in the structure. But if you was about business, the old heads when I was growing up, they took care of you.
Right. It's crazy that you say that, right? Because I remember one time I was talking to one of my brother friends and shit, one of my older brother friends and shit. I'm like, yo, damn, like when I was a certain age, I wanted to do certain things, and y'all wouldn't let me do that shit. So, you feel me? So the little niggas that was younger than me, these niggas is doing that bullshit, bro. And I felt some type of way. He was like, yo, nigga was like, yo, look, right? He's like, let me tell you this. He was like, yo, when you came around wanting to do that shit, yo, we told you that one time, you kept going to school, kept playing basketball, yo, you ain't never come back around. You ain't never come back around to do that bullshit. You came around to do that. Everybody else, we told them the same shit. They kept coming. You can't tell nobody. You can't tell nobody what to do.
And that's why you're a teacher now.
And that's what.
That's why you leading the youth, because the opportunity was presented and you handled it in the way that you can handle it.
Yeah.
Like we're all different. And the thing is, them old heads, they used to see that in us. Mm-hmm. If they knew if Shorty went right or left, that's what he was going to do. But because he's from the neighborhood, we're going to support him either way.
Real shit.
And that's how it was. That's how it was, man.
Real shit.
Them old heads looked out for me, man. I swear to God. Listen, my mother cut hair. My mother went to a point where she lost her job and she was cutting hair. And I will lie to you not. Every drug dealer in the neighborhood or at Negro went to my mom to get their hair cut. She was nice with it. But the whole thing was out of respect for how she raised me and how I was in the neighborhood, they all respected that and went to my mom and got their hair cut, man. And that meant so much to me. Like my mother cutting the biggest drug dealers in East Baltimore hair, and they, haircut $10, they give her $40 and this and that and this and that. And at the same token, they looking out for me, and I'm just like, wow. All it was is the what my mother instilled in me, how I carried myself, and how my mother carried herself, based off of everybody else.
Carried herself.
Yes. Man, oh my God, I got so many stories I could tell you when I got in trouble and the neighborhood found out and they jumped in my ass. Cause back in the day, we ain't have AC and all that. The windows was always up with the fans. I get in trouble. She yelling at me, "Why the hell did that?" Next day I come outside and they in the hut. Yo, the fucking biggest drug dealers in East Baltimore was sitting over there looking at me like, "Yo, why the fuck you putting your mother through that?" And I'm like, "Huh? I was just doing that." They was like, "Yo, your mother be busting her ass doing X, Y, and Z, and you do." That gave me appreciation, bro.
Right, but that's gone now. Like you understand, those times is not here now. Now they're doing that.
Sad.
Now they're preying on the innocent.
It's just not so common.
Now they preying on the innocence of that because the same things, like I said, you took the examples that I gave and you was like, "Oh, I was that kid," but it was really they led me on a great path. And even in my own story around Green Mountain, things that I saw running around the neighborhood, I had the OGs that I would look up to in the neighborhood, or the ones who I watched grow up and become that. They would say, even my own cousin, "Man, you ain't never doing that. I beat your chest. I do this if I ever see you doing something." And I'm watching you do it, and I'm like, "Man, I want to do that too." No, you were never going to be like me. You going to do this, you going to do that.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I watched the ones in my predicament. Now there's the OGs that's running the neighborhoods and stuff like that. Now it's like, no, we want the law. We want the law person to do it because they ain't got no charges on them. So they can take the charges and they probably come home on probation. But if I get that charge, they gonna try me as an adult.
That's called a predator of the environment.
Yeah.
That's a predator.
Yeah. Or they be nice to the
No,
that's child that's on that.
That's a
and
predator.
then they end up becoming their biggest. They end up becoming their biggest headed.
Yes, that's the predator in our environment that we need to eradicate.
Yeah,
we need to eradicate those guys out of our environment. And I don't care if you call it snitching, doing whatever. Yo, those dudes, get them out the environment.
Yeah.
Yo. If you don't have a moral compass and what it is, listen. We all gonna be hustlers and rollers and shit. We do our thing, but it come with rules. And if you can't stand up to the rules and do what you supposed to do, bro, get out of here. I don't give a fuck who you is, yo. Yo, get out of here. Right. You selling drugs in front of the old lady house on the corner, and she called the police and you burn her house down.
What are we doing?
And it's like, you bet not snitch, nigga. That ain't snitching.
Yeah,
that's getting a motherfucking cancer out of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm not saying nobody's life should be over, but it's consequences. Because unfortunately, they're at a state where it is
motherfuckers just
ground zero.
Motherfuckers just doing whatever.
It's no
ground
rules,
zero.
It's no nothing.
It's no
not even ground rules. It's no it's no I don't
no
care.
Bars.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't care.
Oh yeah, I get locked up. So what?
Match.
Yeah, yo.
It's
like,
I get locked up, like you said. I get locked up. So what? Like,
but. Yeah. That was the liberals. Listen, look at the big plan. Mm-hmm. Look at the big plan of Baltimore City. All right, all downtown was trash. In a harbor, 20 years ago, all this was trash. Mm-hmm. Trash. Yeah. Nobody wanted to live there. Yeah. Everybody ran to the county. Everybody ran out to the county.
Yep.
So then they start building the inner harbor back up and trying to build up that inner city. But it was nothing but projects and
all around that shit.
Hammer jacks and this and that. So you tore the clubs down. You built the stadium first. Then you built the second stadium. Mm-hmm. Then it's like, okay, we gonna fix this down here. But then you still had the black areas where all the shit was
all
going
the projects.
All the projects. Yeah. They start knocking down all the projects and start putting up high rises and doing this and that and Harbor East.
So we can't have it around Johns Hopkins.
So now all the white people moving back into the city.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Whereas though where we were trained that if you moved into the county, you made it. And you own shit.
That's like
now all the white people are moving back into the city.
It's like moving up north.
And we lost everything.
It's like when niggas was down south.
Moving up north was everything.
They bought you out of your home and all of that.
Bought you out for cheap.
We knew that.
For cheap.
And that's, and this gentrification shit of what they doing.
Now I ride past. I be like, this neighborhood was horrible 15 years ago. Shit. And they are jogging, got their dogs out, bike lanes. Right, bike lanes. Yep. I be riding around with Nikki because she ain't from here. And I be like, babe, I swear, you won't see it now. These was vacant homes right here. Mm-hmm. You couldn't even be right here on this block if you wasn't from around here. And she's like, what, right here? I like, exactly.
But that's
it's
the
beautiful
plan.
Around there now.
But that's the plan. The plan was to allow crime and everything that happened in the inner city. They condemned the houses. They did this. They did that. And then once it got to the lowest point,
fix it up.
They came in and said, all right. And now all of a sudden we hard on legislation. But now we are stopping all these things that you've been allowing all this time because they want to build up the inner city.
And like not to take
away, protect them.
And not to take away from some Baltimore shit for real. But it's like as you travel and shit like that, you see that it's not only just here. It's everywhere. Like even when I was playing like AAU basketball, like I remember we had a tournament in Kentucky. We stayed in a hotel. I think it was like whatever. I don't know what hotel it was. Don't fucking matter. But to the right of us, it was like damn. It was the fucking neighborhood. Mm-hmm. It was the trap. It was around the way. But to the left of you, it's Louisville. It's where Louisville Cardinals play. It's like this is where the Cardinals play. So you know what I'm saying? It's like that's.
So I know exactly what you're talking. So I'm a Mason. So I travel a lot, and you're 100% right. So I've been in, what is it, 51 states or whatever the fuck the shit is.
Right.
I've probably been over 40 plus because of my organization and my travel.
Yes, sir.
And you're 100% right. Every city you go into, it's a Baltimore. It might not be as big as Baltimore, as bad as Baltimore.
But it's that.
But it's a Baltimore. And it's the same shit that they allowing to happen. But the thing about Baltimore, we are, so DC was like that. So we in that transition part. DC was the same. You remember DC was the murder capital of the world.
Right.
Yeah.
They let them go through all that crap. And then after everything was over, all the brownstones that the poor people was living in that was considered public housing, they became brownstones. And they became $300,000-$400,000 a year. I mean, and so that's what's happening in Baltimore. So now they getting rid of all of us internally, like down by Hopkins and all that, where they tore everything. Yo, and the thing is, they building those houses up to bring the white people back internally. And then all of a sudden, Baltimore is going to be considered the place.
Damn it, the new capital of Maryland. It is going to be the capital of Maryland.
I'm telling you. All these fucking bike lanes and all this dumb shit they doing. Yo, you can't even drive your cars a bike lane.
All them bike lanes.
Oh, because you know what? The millennials, they want to ride bikes.
Yeah.
They want to do that. Yo, come on, man.
They putting the juice bars.
I like juice bars
from Green Mountain.
I love the juice bars.
I love them. I love them too.
I ain't gonna stop right.
I love them too. I be riding past Hartford Road. I'm like, oh, it's beautiful right here.
But we know what the part of, especially about 33rd.
That's what I'm saying. Right there around the corner from Green Mountain.
You past the YMCA.
I be amazed when I look at that area. Vegan shops, all of that.
Yo, do you realize?
Market one time, right? It was this black dude. It was like a year, like last baseball season ago.
Oh,
I was fucking walking
the
down.
new one or old one?
Baseball season. Just like
no, they built up the new one. Yeah, they built up the new one.
No, that's the old one.
What, last baseball season?
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you now, the new Lexington market, oh my God.
Oh, no. Yeah,
it's the new one, right?
It was still like in the works kind
of.
Right,
okay. That
new
one was shit.
It was still in the works. So I was walking down the street, I seen a nigga like cooking on the grill. It was a black guy cooking on the grill. So, you know, me, I'm like, shit, I love a nigga on the grill. You feel me? No funny business. So I was like, oh shit, see what he doing? Yo, got the burgers on there. He like, yo, these are, you know, plant-based or whatever.
Okay.
Man, I'm like, oh shit, they got this going on now. This shit was expensive as hell.
Right.
But I was like, man, like, damn, they really changing up around this motherfucker.
Yeah, it's a plant-based. Because I know if you right here in this area, you probably going to want it plant-based. So he obviously got a consumer right there in that area that he knows want plant-based burgers.
No, the whole thing is, the whole thing is anything that's healthy is expensive.
Yeah.
The shit that will give you cancer and blood clots,
sugar,
that shit is cheap as shit.
It's still $1.
The dollar menu.
Still ain't.
You ain't never gonna go to a vegan spot and have a dollar menu.
What is that? What is that?
That is the downfall of black.
Burger King give you 20
families.
Nuggets for $4.99.
That's
20 nuggets.
I ain't want to let you fly away about the masonry.
Okay.
Comment for
that's my thing.
See, I don't mean to be disrespectful or ask you anything out of turn or anything.
I only can answer what I can answer. It's all good.
True. I don't know the proper ways to ask certain things. So, the degree level. Which degree level?
I'm a 33rd degree
Talk
Mason.
about it.
Isn't that the high? Is that the highest?
That's the highest level you can get, whether York Rite, Scottish Rites, it don't matter. That's the highest degree you can get as a Mason, as a Freemason.
Okay. Because, I mean, I heard a little, you know, different things of it for real. Like, you know, the ignorant mind, they be like trying to tie it to some Illuminati shit, but I know it's not that. And, when did you become into that?
So, my uncle approached me, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. I can't even, maybe 10, 12 years ago, my uncle approached me. And he was like...
it took you that... I mean, because, hold on, my bad. I don't mean to already cut you off. I'm sorry. But to become a 33rd and a 10, 12 year time span, that sound crazy already?
No.
To a person that don't know.
So I'm going to tell you.
Like, far as crazy, I mean, like, that sound like a fast amount of time. Like, you really,
so
jumped
I'm gonna tell
on
you.
that shit.
So I'm going to tell you. So the whole thing about me...
it take some people a lifetime.
My uncle came to me and was like, nephew... I think you'll be a good Mason, blah, blah, blah. He had a couple bull roasts and stuff. Me and my ex-wife went to support my uncle. And I saw the brotherhood, and I was loving it. because I'm all about brotherhood. And my uncle was like, nephew, you should try coming. I said, uncle, I got too much going on. I'm going to do my own research. I'll let you know. Another year went by. I did research. I was like, okay. Then I saw the negativity and the stuff it was talking about. And what I did was, I said, well, I know my uncle, and I know what he believe in, so I'm not going to believe what's on the internet. So I started doing my research. So I came to my uncle, they came to me, and I said, oh, here's the thing. Anything I get into, I go 1,000. I don't pussyfoot. If there's something that I'm going to believe in, and if I learn, I'm giving all my all because I believe in it.
Real shit.
And I joined, and when I joined, the first year I was a member, and one of the things, we got something that's called Walk the Floor, and they wanted all the new members.
You're not supposed to say
to do it. Nah, of course not. Oh, trust me. Trust me. And one of the things that happened was, they was like, we want to see who can walk the floor. And mind you, my uncle was like, oh, my nephew can walk the floor. I didn't even say, like, I was just sitting there. Because he knew I was studying. And I came out, and I walked the floor, and I did what I did. And then things kept moving, and whatever they gave me, I was mastering it, studying it. And that's how I got to the point where I was, because I was like, I want to know everything that I'm involved in. I don't want to be involved in something where I only know this much. But it go up to there. I need to know everything. So my whole thing was, I need to know everything. Yeah. And as I learned everything, I became a lecturer to the brothers. And I became a recruiter and a lecturer. And I would go out and give lectures to brothers in different states and things like that. That's and I loved it. And I was a grand lecturer for the state of Maryland, and I loved it.
So if you know about Freemasons, since the beginning of time, they are like the master builders. You understand? So when people now put this negative aspect around it, saying some of the symbols like the stars and the compasses is works of, because a lot of those symbols you can correlate with the people who worship the devil. So for the people who, cause I brag about it, cause all I know is good things from what you telling me. I say, oh yeah, my grandfather, I got an uncle that's Freemasons, man, 33rd degree. Oh man, they the stuff they learn about is satanic and things of that sort. And I'm like, man, well, one is a heavy Jesus advocate. One of them, my grandfather, is heavy in the church. So for you to tell me that he is over here in church, a deacon, every Sunday, but he worshiping the devil is unheard of. So I know off rip that that's false. So for the people who are out there wondering or had these negative things about Freemasons, who might not know any good people in their life that's a part of that, and they only getting their knowledge from conspiracy theories or the internet and things of that sort, what would you say to them?
I heard you have to believe in something. I heard you have to, like, not like believe in something, but I heard you have to, like,
you have to believe in something that's greater than yourself.
Greater than yourself, yeah.
Which is the grand architect of the universe.
Okay.
But I would just say Freemasonry started from the African mystery system. All right. Off of basic principles and basic knowledge. And what happened was, when the Europeans came over and learned some of the mystery system and they brought it over and became great with it, they realized it wasn't sustainable. Mm-hmm. And you didn't have the people. And what you could not do is imprison the people that you say were your teachers. So a lot of the stuff that they learned from us, they contributed to Greek and made us seem like we were savage animals, and that's the reason why they justified slavery. Mm-hmm. So they used that to justify slavery. Freemasonry came from the African mystery system. If you read the earliest literature of Freemasonry, I'll give you Albert Pike is considered the most forefront modern Freemasonry scholar back in the day, and he will Moores and Douglas. His book will tell you that we learn from the Africans. They call them the black people over in Kemet.
Right.
They learn from us. They learn that system from us and brought it over. It's not a evil system. It's about spirituality, science, and understanding life. Mm-hmm. And that's what the African mystery system is, and that's actually what Freemasonry is. Mm. That's all it is. That's all it is. And it's a beautiful system of morality that's veiled in allegory and illustrated by signs and symbols. Like, it's so many things that if you know, you know. Right. If you don't know, you don't know.
If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, man. But they demonized it because it was from us.
Why do they get it confused with Arabic?
Oh, it's not Arabic at all.
Why do they?
Not at all. Arabic, not with us at all. The problem we have is they demonize it.
Yeah, they do.
Because it's our system. But the whole...
So who, when you say they, who's the they?
Current society. Because they gotta hide the fact that it came from us. Mm-hmm. Listen, how can you consistently denounce a people but then show their greatness at the same time? You can't. So you don't show their greatness. You steal their greatness and claim it as your own, and then you denounce them. Everything they learned in Freemasonry is a smidget of the African mystery system, which was the sciences, which was the liberal arts. Mm-hmm. All that is what you learn as a Mason, but that's what you are instructed in as a high priest in the temple.
Okay, so
I'm a 33rd degree Mason. I don't went all the way from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, 33rd.
In the 10 to 12 years, you said, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Homo erectus, Homo sapiens, the Neanderthals, cavemen, just to tie it into...
They ain't come from no fucking monkeys.
Yeah, so just to tie it into everything. Monkeys. So, do you believe in evolution and that do you believe humans, when they were created, they always were stood upright, was intelligent beings, or do you feel like they came from like this walking on four legs type of creatures and over time had a spine and developed intellectual abilities and things of that sort?
So of my years of studying and my personal belief, everything that is always has been and always will be. There's no beginning, there's no end. Energy doesn't die. Energy always continues. Mm-hmm. You can't kill it. You can't transform it. Only thing you can do is let energy kill. Yeah. Listen, bro. Yo, the logic does not happen. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Right.
The chicken. Well, where the fuck? The chickens come from egg. Where did it come from?
Yeah.
Yo, the logic doesn't add up. It's some things that we, at our level, are never supposed to understand. We're supposed to move and do what we're doing. White people always gotta understand shit, and they always gotta label shit and always gotta say what something is. They be dead fucking ass wrong. But
come on, talk.
But as long as they can label it in another. Listen, do you know back in the day?
Yeah.
You had white scholars from Harvard and Yale saying that the Afro-American brain was smaller, therefore that's why we can't make clear decisions and do
that's why we can't be QBs in the NFL, like, even stuff like that.
This shit is bullshit, yo. This is bullshit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
They really said you had smaller brains.
How they still have niggas on that bullshit diet for real? Like how they try.
What diet?
The dairy and all that meat, all that funny shit for real. How they treat everybody the same way. when a black person going to a white a doctor's office, they treat them as fucking a white person. Like, yo, we don't operate. We don't have the same bodies.
It's the standard. The standard is them. It's never us.
That's real.
Just standard.
So do you think we need our own? Do you think we need our own hospital? You think every race need their own like hospital? Stuff like that.
I'm not gonna say every race need their own.
Since they so different, they gotta be treated as such.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say we all need.
The
our own
internet
hospitals.
has changed a lot of shit.
I'm saying we don't need. I'm not gonna say we need our own hospitals, but I'm saying that we need to understand the fact that everybody are fucking different. We gotta go in with different.
So treat them different.
Just treat them different. Just like even if you're a white doctor, an Indian doctor, whatever fucking.
You should know this.
You should go by a fucking playbook. Like, yo, if I got a black patient, then I should go about it. I gotta look at things in this way. Yeah. If I have a white patient, I gotta look at things this way. It don't necessarily be like,
no, you right.
I gotta stick with black patients because I'm black. No, it gotta be.
Yeah.
No, I gotta go
it's
by
not all
this.
synonymous.
I gotta go by the data. I can't go by
I
can't go by the European fucking bullshit fact. No, I gotta go by this motherfucker is black. So he can tolerate that this person can, and this person can.
And you can look at DNA and genes and see that.
This motherfucker could drink cow milk, and they can't. Like, I just not even being ignorant.
You should be educated on that if you're a professional to be able to treat, like you said, Hispanic or black or Caucasian, because they are able to do this. Just like my uncle was telling, like Caucasians' teeth, their canals is different because. Evolution. Back in the day, they had to eat tougher meat. Yeah. We come from eating berries and fruits and stuff like that.
That shit went like that.
One of my old shits I was gonna say one of my old shits when I first started the podcast shit. I was like, yo, all this whole being on time shit. It's funny. White people gotta be on time with all this shit because they gotta have babies on certain times. They gotta eat at a certain time because they gotta fish at a certain time. Where motherfuckers like us, man, we could lay around all day because we got fruit on the trees. I can impregnate my motherfucking girl whatever time of the year and all that shit. Like, you feel me? But motherfuckers laughed at me, but that's real shit. Like,
it is real shit. That's our culture. That's our culture.
I ain't gotta wait till
we lived in a stress-free environment. We was in a stress-free environment.
A wild Monday, and I feel like
we lived in a stress-free environment. When we was at home,
yeah.
Until the Europeans invaded, we lived in a stress-free environment.
Talk to him, out.
And we did our thing. Mind you, we had inter-tribe conflict, but it was handled at a total different level. Mm-hmm. And what we call they was like, yeah, y'all enslaved each other too. No, enslavement was you had to help my daughter build her house and son, and once you built it, helped build it, your debt was paid off and you went back home.
Pay that debt.
Yeah. And what happened was when they came over and they tricked the Moors, motherfuckers, all the Moors, fuck y'all. Yo, the Moors. They tricked the Moors and the Moors became the lapdogs of the motherfucking white slave trade. And the whole thing was, I understand the principle behind it. But once the Moors saw what was going on, they were supposed to stop it. Because the whole thing was, as long as y'all helped us, we won't take nobody from your tribes. But you got to help us capture and take the other tribes. So, I love movies. Because movies depict real shit that y'all understand.
No, real shit.
So if you saw Roots, Kunta Kinte was on the beach. He was marrying O.J. Simpson's daughter. He went down to the beach to get some joints. And all of a sudden, these black dudes come running up behind him. And he start running, screaming. And then you got these black dudes that's African, fast, just like him, throwing nets on him and capturing him. Yep. The white people couldn't do that shit. No. They didn't know Africa. It was the Moors that did that shit. And then they captured him up and threw him on the ship. And O.J. Simpson and everybody, and his daughter, they sitting there like, yo, what happened to Kunta Kinte? And the whole thing was, he got snatched up by his own people. Yo, it was the Moors.
His own people.
But the Moors did that thinking it was going to save their people.
Yeah.
But they didn't realize, once everybody else was gone, who you think I say we're going to take, bro?
That be people's biggest thing with slavery, though, because you got the people, right, who... It's a duality and everything. We talk about that in the show a lot. The duality is a balance of everything. So it's hard to talk about slavery, right? yeah, you can say, yeah, the white man did this, the white man did that, right? But you got the people who might be like, hey, but you had black people who we knew who sold their own people into slavery as well. And you have that to this day, whereas though, like you was just talking about,
it's
you
a
have
difference.
You have the
pause. So you gotta realize.
Because he just touched on
what we had. Our slavery was totally.
But he didn't excuse it.
No, but hold on.
Our slavery was totally different.
I'm gonna cut you off because I'm like he touched on it. He said our terms, see the fucking Webster, the Webster dictionary, the Webster dictionary, and all these dictionaries. Everybody get the King James. Everybody got their own versions. Our version of slavery was paying off your debt. Paying off your debt. Whatever that debt may be. Nigga, if it was 5 years of fucking picking cow shit.
Right.
Or 2 weeks of fucking painting my fucking doorway. Whatever. Then you're done.
Right.
These motherfuckers' definition of slavery was totally different. Totally different.
So what debt, so I'm asking you this now. What debt did they believe that the black man from their land owed to the white man?
To some whole other motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
See, now that is a whole different other shit that I'm not.
No, hold on. I can answer that. I can answer that.
You feel me?
What happened was, what you got to realize was, they were fighting for resources over in Africa. And what the white man was coming over saying was like, hey, we can move Jamal and his tribe out of your way so your tribe can survive because there's only one water stream and this is going on. We're going to move them out of here. You ain't going to have to worry about them. We're going to relocate them in America. And they're going to be in America working.
Food supply,
listen. And then he said they're going to be in America working, doing their thing. And they're like, oh, shit, we can get our enemy out of here. They didn't know they was being brutalized and all that shit. When the word came back after probably 4 years of trading, the word came back of what they was doing to everybody. That's when all the African nations start fighting back against them. But they was too powerful with their guns and their weapons, and they just overthrew Africa. That's why every fucking country in Africa is managed or ran by a European country.
Some foreign shit.
A European country.
European or Asian country.
Yes. All of them. Morocco. That's the Spanish.
Jamaica.
We've been infiltrated and we've been destroyed. But the thing is, we're resilient. And our people, we great. And we still doing us. And we gonna be even better.
But that's why Haiti still fucked up.
Haiti is fucked up because they didn't conform. Because here you got the Dominican Republic and Haiti on the same island.
Ain't nothing.
Haiti's
so crazy.
Haiti's on the I ain't sucking your dick side, and the Dominican Republicans on the other side.
It's funny. See, look, I be trying to chill, but no, for real, it's funny because I be like, I got like a homegirl from the DL and shit like that. Cool peoples. I be fucking around with her, calling her Haitian here and there.
Yeah,
and
she get mad.
I'm not Asian. She don't get really mad.
Same
but she be like, no, I'm not Asian. I'm like, yo, ain't nothing separating y'all but a couple motherfucking trees.
It's that same island.
Ain't nothing separating y'all but a couple fucking trees.
Same island. And Haiti treated like shit. And the Dominican Republic is
I be telling fucking Puerto Rican. I be telling Puerto Ricans and all that shit. They be like, oh, you ain't mad? I'm saying, nigga. I'm like, yo, the only difference between us is you know how I swim. You know I swim, and you know I talk a little different.
Yeah, Puerto Rico got lucky during the war in America.
Them niggas just
crowned them as you won our states.
That's the only difference.
Yo, they just crowned them. They like, oh, you won our states now. So now Puerto Rico, you don't need no visa, nothing. You're American. Yo, and the only reason because we needed our missiles there because of Russia. We wanted to be able to, in case we had a war with Russia, but we confiscated Puerto Rico. And then say, oh yeah, we're going to make you American.
Come on, but that's the history of us. What's the whole West Coast? Mexico was Texas. California.
Mexico became Texas, but it was all Mexico. Texas was Mexico.
Texas.
That wasn't
California.
Yep.
New Mexico.
But that's what the white man. That's what the government and the white man did. They came in, saw what they wanted, and confiscated.
You know how that shit go.
So, all right. Before we get into our last segment, I just want to go back into what we was talking about earlier. So, do you feel as though And look, let me finish. I know how passionate. I know how passionate you are about it. I know how passionate you is about it. So, like I said, we can harp on white people all day. We know they had a history.
I don't want to.
We know they had a history all day.
We ain't gonna give them that energy.
Right, listen.
We ain't gonna give them that energy.
We
Fuck them.
know.
I'm sorry.
Right? So
Actually, I'm not sorry. So, fuck them, but go ahead.
So, like you said, you gave an example of Kunta Kinte.
I like the whites.
We can you went into the Kunta Kinte part. You went into.
You sound like the whites.
I told he coined the term pandering. He be like, yo, I'm not trying to pander. That's all he was saying the first 2 episodes of Mancave.
When it's just me, I told y'all, when it's just me, I
feel you, fam. I feel you.
So
when it's just me, I talk my shit.
So like you said, captured Kunta Kinte. You even got the black people who was seeking out Harriet Tubman. Even to more modern times of Judas and the Black Messiah that depicted how the black man infiltrated the Black Panther Party. So who are we really trying to? We have a hand in our own demise every single time. Like, so, and we can see that even till this day, whereas though we feel the way we feel about white people, but we might say, all right, shoot, when I meet white people, man, they give the resources, they take it straight to the they don't try to be a middleman and nothing we try to do. They take it straight to whoever they feel right then and there in your industry. But if you meet a black person, they feel like it ain't enough for us, so they try to roadblock you, or you got to pay me to get this consultation, or I had to do this to meet this person, so I'm gonna make it hard for you. I'll hit them up for you and be the middle ground for it. So I feel like it's a duality where it's though black people have a hand in our own demise, and I don't want any excuses because, like you said, you had people like Dr. Umar said, some of your kids gotta get clipped to see the next people that are ready to go to the higher plane go, because all of us can't go because we have that ignorance within us. We have those people that really truly hate being black themselves, or who are ignorant and don't want to know or do any better. So how you so where you at with that, as far as though like just us being better to each other first before we can ask for any other race to treat us with just due and treat us like we the gods that we are? Because you the one who let me know that I was a god first.
Okay. I told you earlier, when you know better, you do better. Mm-hmm. The problem is, so many of our youth and our people have been trained that we are nothing. That we are what we are. We are ass-shaking chicks on TV talking about how good our pussy is and this and that. Or we are men on TV talking about, yeah, that bitch gonna do this and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And the thing is, that's because what we know. We don't have that other window into us being better. So my thing is, if we knew better, we would do better. And the thing is, some of us get to a certain point in our life where we expect other people to be at the same level, and that's not the fact. Regardless, I don't care if we grew up together, I don't care if we had the same classes together, we the same age, whatever. You can't think that next man is at the same mindset and level that you are. And that's where a lot of us fall short at, because we be like, how the fuck yo gonna do that and he know better? No, he might not know better. Like, we gotta just take care of our own. We got to take care of our own and what we can control. Yeah. And our job is to control what we can control and make it better for the next. We can't worry about what everybody else doing, because you know what? You can't control that. You can't. Control that. Only thing you can do is be a beacon light and a shining light to help somebody that don't know that's looking. Or don't know they looking, and that light hit them and it's like, damn, I want to be like Mr. Jamal. Like I want to be like Mr. Duke. Like, y'all don't realize, yo, when you doing what you doing, you spreading your light, and that light is gonna shine where it's supposed to. Yeah. It's not gonna hit everybody, but it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. And that's how I feel about that. Like the whole thing is, everything ain't for everybody.
No, it's not.
But what I give to you, those who receive it and accept it, it might be this much for somebody, and it might be this much taking somebody else over the top. But I'm gonna give you my love, and I'm gonna give you my heart, and it's for you. So
nah, that's real.
We're here for love.
Yeah,
that's what I'm learning. That's what I'm trying to learn with that shit too. Like, definitely you feel me? You can't change everyone. You can't change everything. You only control what you can control for real.
And you can't believe some of the things you might be doing right now for your kids, right? And you're gonna think, yo, that was a waste of fucking time. My kid didn't do this. 5 years from now, your kid gonna make a decision based off of what you talking to them about right now that you drilled into them.
Yeah.
5 years from now, it's gonna kick in on something, and they're gonna make a decision based off of what you told them. I look at it like this. In life, you got a toolbox. The people that you put in your life that means something to you and what you learn from, they give you tools to put into your toolbox. Sometimes you might use that toolbox to fix something right now, but it might be you call me and be like, oh, I just got a new table set, da-da-da. Do you have a racket set that can do blah, blah, blah? I'm like, oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah. I ain't used this in 5 years, and I give it to you. And that's what life lessons are about. Getting tools, putting them in your toolbox. And when the situation arises, you pull those tools out and be like, oh, yep. And then you make things happen. It's not always about right here and right now.
Right.
And that's us as parents, we get mad. Didn't I tell you not to do da-da-da? You doing this dumb shit and you yelling at your kids and they upset. But that's not for now, Dad. 10 years from now, 5 years from now, your child gonna be in a situation and those words gonna be in their mind about what you said about don't trust people, don't do this. You know you should have did X, Y, and Z, and they're gonna be like, oh no, I'm good. I'm not. No, I'm good. Why? Oh no, I'm good. I'm gonna step out. And that stopped them from being in a situation. Right. From 5 years ago, you giving them the word, and that's what life is about. Life is about dropping jewels that can be used in the future to better our people. It's not about right now, right here and now.
No, it's not.
That's the immediate.
Yeah.
We want longevity. We want to be able to sustain this and keep dropping these jewels where our kids and our loved ones are continually learning and remembering and joking and laughing. Remember that time? Yeah, da-da-da. But you know what? They were lessons. And that's what it's about.
It's been another great conversation. We have went over so many different topics, so many well-versed topics. We went into religion, the aliens, the 7-day theory. You get what I'm saying? We got into the ancient Kemet.
All type of shit.
Being Freemasons. You get what I'm saying? Just trying to the war between masculinity, versus hyper-masculinity. The negative aspects of being a man in today's age. We done went into, just so many different topics, but it'd be a disservice if I didn't get into the school system. We are here in Baltimore, so all I can do is speak on what I see from the schools that I've been built in, which is Baltimore City public schools, but this is for public schools all across this country who could probably relate. So,
schools period.
So, this is more so, before we get into the meat and potatoes, this is more so a generic thing for all schools. I feel like schools is built to correlate like the prison systems. You got these alarms that go off that sound just like when they open up the doors for the first time for the cells. It sounds like that in between classes. The uniforms, the metal detectors in some schools. You have the people that mimic the COs that we like to call hall monitors, and some even have school police inside of them. You have the patterns on the walls that are more so dull color patterns, the tans, the whites, and things of that sort. So I just want to know
the straight lines,
right? The straight lines, all of that. That's just institutionalized. That's institutionalizing students early. So by the time they do get to the prison and stuff like that, they already conform to that because they've been going to something like that since they've been kids. And their parents are just sending them and putting them into these institutionalized systems without even knowing it. So my question for you is, what are some of the things that you see or that you think can help, curve that want to learn and not do it in such a way where as though it felt like a drag to go into these school buildings and a drag to go in these places. Because I believe it should be open windows, some sunlight in there, some plants maybe, colorful patterns, just to spark the brains, especially for children and things of that sort. So what are some of the things you might feel like that can help these kids to, want to be better and want to learn and not feel like they already working in a institutionalized pattern?
That is a very interesting question because at so many levels things change, but from the rudimentary level, like what you're saying, like kids learn at a different. Each individual kid learn at a different pace or a different in different environments. One thing we used to do, we did assessments of children when they were younger to see what kind of environment they excelled in.
Right. And
that was the footprint that we put them in. Whether it was vocational, whether it was home ec, or whether it was college-based. But we saw by testing them where we thought they felt comfortable in. The issue happened was when we stuck everybody under one umbrella and said, we gonna make you college bound. We want everybody to be like City, Poly, and this school and that school because they saying we not doing the same things for you. No, that's not what our kids need.
Right.
Our kids need assessments to see where their interests are and what it is that they want to do. And from there is where we build our programs. That's why you got so many vocational and career-based schools that don't have anything to do with college anymore. And it took them a while to figure it out, but that's the right way to go. I'll be honest with you. Like, when you guys were growing up, it was like if y'all didn't go to college, y'all was going to be nothing.
Right. Yeah.
That's what they taught y'all.
That's what they said.
Yeah, if you weren't going to college, you're not going to be nothing. You're going to be working in somebody's shop carrying papers. You're like, what? But
working on the sweatshop.
Listen, I will tell you this. I'm in IT, and my son and I were talking about this on the way coming over here. I've been very blessed. I do not have a college degree, but I make great into the six figures being into IT. And my son and my nephew have come behind me, and I was able to give them the opportunities to grow into that field. And it's a beautiful thing, and it's allowed us to grow.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody not for college, and now they're finally realizing that. Like wow. Everybody's not for college. Like, give kids traits and skill sets that they can use to be great, and that's better.
Things of that sort.
That's better than oh, you going to college and you doing this and you doing that. Mind you, I don't knock college, but we are far great and beyond. Listen, college is a Americanized European institution to prove how smart you are.
Yeah, it is.
Remember, the greatest American thinkers learned at the foots of our ancestors in Kemet, who never went to a college in the world.
And bring it all back to that.
Never. So think about that. Our ancestors, we didn't go to college. We taught the geniuses that taught the professors.
Even that though, it be motherfuckers that in our workforce, for real, in our workplaces, they got all these degrees and all that shit. But when they come to a simple ass task,
application,
just how to dealing with some bullshit,
application,
they don't know how to. They don't know how to go about it. Some regular simple ass shit.
Application.
They don't take a degree. They just take some regular everyday shit.
Exactly. And that's the thing.
Like, it would be crazy.
You got people that are master test takers. And they will pass every test and get every certification. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to application and being able to apply it and fix a thing, they could never do it.
They can't do it.
Right.
And I worked for somebody like that. I worked for somebody like that. He was the smartest person I knew when it came to anybody asking a question. That brother, I gave him so much, he, to this day. But when it came down to A plus B is C, man, hell yeah. But when A plus B and C didn't equal, he had no idea how to improvise and figure it out because it wasn't what the book said.
Because it wasn't what the norm was.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. But that brother was a genius in my mind. I swear to this day, I will hire him to the highest grade.
Yeah.
But when it came to figuring out, nope.
And to relate it to our culture, I feel like that's kind of the what we talk about, the stigma, the notion of being book smart and street smart. It's like it's people who can't survive out here in the real world. You get what I'm saying? But they can go and take a standardized test and get a 90. You get what I'm saying? Get an A or B all on it. But when it comes to surviving in real life, I know some people to this day who summa cum laude, but now you ask where they're working at and it's like, oh, you didn't match up to where I thought you would be at in life or where we were when we was in high school because you know how to pass a test. But now you got into the real life and you just didn't know how to adjust to that.
You want to know the realest thing? I could take a street dude who bought that life in street and put him in the boardroom and he can be successful. You can't take a boardroom dude and put him in the street life and he gonna be successful.
Yeah.
I have been blessed of being a street dude who never had to change who I was to be accepted and being able to excel in the environment that I'm in. And it's allowed me to open the doors up for so many of the youth. And I'm never going to change. And if they try to change me, it is what it is. But I got a new director who just started and we was butting heads at the beginning. But even now at this point, he like, I understand what you was telling me. And I appreciate you. And I said, no, I appreciate you backing me. Like, really. Like, bruh, it's tough being a black man advocating for our people in the system. In the school system, I'm always going to have internships. I put it in my budget every year. Every year I got an internship for college kids and high school kids. So when people, my son is in 12th grade, 9th grade. Can you think he got? Yeah. Let me interview him, make sure this is what he want to do, and we gonna be okay. And I'm gonna interview just like you, just like Kevin, just like Charles, Azel, Darian. Yo, my job is to make sure that our people get the same opportunity as they have gotten for the last fucking 300 years.
The autonomy. Yeah.
Period. Period.
Yeah.
Your doofus ass son-in-law got a job because you the manager. Like, yeah.
Real shit.
You know what? Guess what? We gonna do that on our end too.
We don't have that. We don't see that a lot.
Shit. You gonna see that with me?
Yeah.
Nigga, you on disposal.
In position, yeah.
Nigga, you on disposal. You doofus and you need a disposal. You on disposal. And if you can do better, we're gonna move you over to a junior field tech. And if you can do after that, we're gonna bring you to a field tech. Yeah, yo, we gotta look out for each other.
So, actual question, how long were you into the school system?
I've been in the Baltimore City public school system, and not as a student since 1989. So I've been this over like 35 years.
Yeah,
35
30 years.
So can you tell me exactly what you did?
So I started off as a work study student, right? And when I came in, we used to have to deal with the salt machines, which was the machines that gave kids free and reduced lunch. So that was our job. We had an old fucking 67 Duster that they gave us that we had to drive around to all the schools to fix the salt machines. Them bitches broke at a 90% rate back in the day. Mind you, this back in the day. From there, I took some certification and I became a system, an NT administrator, which I started managing the back end, like the software and stuff. So when our school system started, we was in Novell and we were switching over to Microsoft, and during that time we was trying to create an email system. Email didn't even exist, it was new. I was tasked with creating an email system. So I built 20 servers and a Novell environment where we was using Novell GroupWise, which was our first email system throughout the school system. And I had to train all our execs, because it was only for the execs, on how to use it. Principals, directors, and all of them. Train them how to do it.
And what year was this?
This had to be 93.
God damn. I was born in 93.
93. This is Novell. It was called Novell GroupWise.
God damn.
So what happened was, we switched from a Novell shop to Microsoft in like probably 95. And then I was like, I'm not transferring the knowledge that I had from Novell. I've been running our email system for 3 years now.
Oh, shit.
Like, bring somebody in. So that's when we hired this dude named Vince. And he came in. And I moved on the system admin side. So when I moved on the system admin side, that was me managing accounts and security issues and things like that. Mm-hmm. And I gravitated to that. And then I had a mentor whose name was Tyrone Mercer. To this day, I tell anybody, is the greatest mentor anybody ever had. Tyrone Mercer, yo, he was on my ass to the point, I used to hate him. I would come to work with a hoodie, like a t-shirt on, my pants hanging down. He was like, excuse me, young man, why do you have that on? I'm like, yo, you're not even my manager. Why you worried about me? He like, you got to be presentable. Yo, I used to hate him. But here's the thing. When I got older, I appreciated what he was doing for me. And I actually started working for him. He is one of the greatest mentors I've ever had in my life, man. T. Merck. And I tell everybody, I have meetings to this day, and I be like, oh, I learned what I got now from T. Merck. Like, that's my guy. Like, his compassion, his thing was family, his thing was God, family, and you. So whatever you had going on, whatever, God first. Because I was like, no. I was like, I'm sorry. He was like self, God, and family. And I was like, I thought you supposed to put God first. He said, Kevin, if you're not right, you can't serve God, and you can't serve your people. Yeah. You got to be first, and you got to be right. And I was like, 100%
right.
That.
I like that. That's hard.
Yeah, because us as black people, we always be like, God, family. He was like, no, it's you, God and family. He said, because if you ain't right, how can you service God?
Right.
And service your family? And I was like, 100% right. But that's T-Merc, though. T-Merc dropped them jewels on me, man.
That's game.
T-Merc dropped them jewels on me, and he always did, and that's where he hired Kevin. He hired you, cause he knew you used my nephew and Kevin was my son, but I couldn't do it cause I wasn't a manager. But he was like, "Let's bring the next generation up," and I was like, "Are you sure? Thank you." He like, "No,
that's what's up.
Let's give him a chance." So when I got into his position, I had to continue that, man. T-Merc is the epitome of what the black man is supposed to be when they in a position of power.
Right.
We gonna even this shit out.
I love that shit. Yeah. Like, I love that shit. I'm sorry. I don't mean to like.
No, you're right.
Wisdom.
I'm sorry, Roc, because I know you want to touch on something for real.
No, you good. I'm still touching.
I love that type of shit because it's like, as I told him, we always say this shit. I relate a lot of shit back to sports shit for real. Because it's like, what you learn in sports, if you're a real sports motherfucker, that's real life shit.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, it's camaraderie for real. So like, you learn that from your best friend. You learn that. You feel me? When I was a freshman in high school, I learned that shit from the seniors. Like, bro, we hold each other to this type of. This is what you do. Yep. When you get this stature, bro. When you be able to become a senior or a junior, bro, you be able to talk to the little niggas. Like, you be able to talk to these like people like this. You be able to show them this way. Yep. And this is with all steps of life for real.
Yes.
The circle of life. And
T-Merc gave me that at an early age. That's what I'm saying. Like, he taught me that. That's why to this day I'm like, yo, I gotta do him justice. What he did for me and my family, and just everything, and just showing me how we gotta look out for each other. Like, when we in position, we gotta look out for each other. And Baltimore City Public Schools, half of the the technology department, the young gunners, the Austins, the all that came. off of me, but that was off of T-Merc and what T-Merc taught me. And I'm talking about guys that work with Aruba, Cisco, Microsoft, Excellent, all them came through that program. All them came through that program that T-Merc set for me, and I just carried it for everybody else.
Right. I mean, because me personally being down there, I see that
21st century, you doing your thing.
Right, and it's a lot of, and I see the African people, the straight up African descent, just
we all African descent. I know what you mean.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing for each other down there as well. But even in other industries, they're looking out for each other as well. So to see African Americans doing that for each other is beautiful.
We got to.
Yeah.
See, you gotta realize we are the only culture that's taught to be divided.
Right.
So everybody else come and they unite.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wonder Twins activate. Like we gonna be together.
Right.
Like we're the only ones to be like,
No,
what the fuck? Jamal think he gonna get 2,000 followers.
Right.
Oh no, fuck that. I'm not gonna follow this podcast.
No.
Like shit,
real shit though.
But unfortunately, that's the mindset that we gotta overcome, and it takes us to overcome it by supporting other people.
It's enough for everybody.
You might do that. It's more than enough for everybody.
More than enough.
More than enough. You can have 29 million views right now, and guess what? It's still more for somebody else.
Yeah.
Seriously,
way more.
And that's what people gotta realize.
Abundance.
And people be so into their own shit and jealous, and they don't understand that's not what we about, man. We are a people of love, respect, and honor and support.
Which is why we get taken advantage of so much throughout history.
That's why we have been taken advantage of, because of our love and our respect and our support.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not a curse. We hurting, but guess what? That's who we are. We're not gonna change who we are to formulate against somebody else.
Right.
We're not gonna turn into evil, nasty motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So it don't ever happen again. No, that's not us.
So are we looking?
We gonna keep being us.
So are we looking for approval from the other races?
No,
at this,
no.
Like is that
We're about us. We're about us.
Cause we'll say you out quick. Not me specifically, but we'll say you out quick for a white
Approval
like
from another race means nothing.
Right.
Approval from another race means nothing for us.
Right.
We have to.
But you in the field, though.
I'm always gonna be in the field.
House. They in the house with master.
But here's the thing: the house is burning.
Mm-hmm.
Because motherfuckers ain't tolerating it no more. Like, listen, we in this together.
Right.
If you ain't us, then nigga, you ain't us.
Come on now.
So when it happened, don't try to jump ship and say, oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's happening right now.
Yeah.
Right now, the movement is now for us to continue to grow, support each other, whether it's podcasts, whether it's interviews, whether it's donating to a card. Yo, we gotta support each other.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about fuck what the outside not doing. Let's talk about what we doing in the inside. We gotta support each other.
That's what we gotta focus on.
We gotta support each other.
Happening. Yeah.
We gotta support each other.
Because there's great strides, and we keep looking towards like what the majority is doing and stuff like that. It's never gonna be no room to grow. We only worried about what we can't control.
Yes.
Yeah.
Worry about what we control.
Yeah. Absolutely. So before we get out of here, I have to because there's some people who I told that I'm going to have my guy manager over 30 years for the school system, and they say, you know what, I'm in the school system, so I want to hear what he about to say on here, and I want to hear the real, or I want to hear how we can be better, because they got kids that's in the school system, or they grew up in the school system, or they currently working there. So all right. So we have news channels like Fox 45 and all of that, right?
Project Baltimore.
Yeah, so they often, whoever is the superintendent after superintendent, mayor after mayor, right? Get the bin. So we have another superintendent, someone who's watching over, right? And they be tearing into Dr. Sandalise all the time, right? Yeah. And they talk about how much money she makes every year. She getting over her $30,000 plus per year, plus giving herself bonuses on top of that. And then they looking at the school systems that gotta close down throughout the year for not having heat, or for not having cool air in the buildings and stuff like that. Textbooks, resources, right? And we all know Baltimore City has the highest school budget, right, in the nation. So, just tell me, for the people who wondering about the budget and what you think the superintendent doing or could be doing better, what do you think needs to change inside of that school system to give our kids a fighting chance with test scores, having better textbooks, resources, things that we often complain about, even from our distant cousins that's in the county. You get what I'm saying? Like, what can give us a better chance going forward?
First of all, I would say it's propaganda. All right. So when you come in with the statistics about us being the most funded school district in the state, so the state's funding source formula is 1.2 children with X amount of this, you get this amount of money. All right? That's the state. When you come to Baltimore City, when you do 1.2 children, get X amount of dollars plus this, it's $190 million. The governor consistently for the last X amount of years was like, that's entirely too much money, because in Harford County it's 60 million, and this county is 30 million, and this county is 40 million. We're not giving you $190 million. But it's like, hold up. This is the definition that the state defined as how much it costs to run the district. We've never gotten the money that we were supposed to get. Yes, we have more kids and we have more underserviced kids over the years than any other state.
Yeah, I believe it.
Of course we do. So the whole thing is, like, these other states have been funded fully for the last 10 years. We've never been funded fully. So, yeah, they say, oh, yeah, we giving you the most. We've been underfunded. Period. Based off of their formula. The formula that they created to be successful, we have been underfunded for the last 10 to 15 years. Which leads to the deficits we have, to the deficiencies we have. But what they like to throw out, which is Fox News, is, but Baltimore City schools budget is 10 times more than Anne Arundel County, and Anne Arundel County has a 90% success rate. Yeah, you're right. But Baltimore City Public Schools has a deficiency and has a legacy track record of being underfunded for the last 20 years. And that's your problem.
Yeah.
That's your problem. The problem is we've been underfunded for the last 20 years, and they trying to say, we giving you so much money now, why aren't you great? Bullshit. You've been fucking us for the last 20 years.
Yeah. So how you feel about Dr. Sandalise?
Dr. Sandalise has been doing Alright, I gotta take the personal out of the professional. Professionally, I think she's been doing an outstanding job in trying to do what she needs to do to get us back where we need to be. Personally, it's different. I've interacted with her, and she, she is her. But at the professional level, she cares about the students, and she wants them to be great, and she's been fighting. And under her reign, we have gotten more money and more supplies and more tools in the toolkit than ever. And I'm so proud and glad that she's been our CEO for the last couple of years. I'll be honest, I didn't think she was going to last as long because she was doing too much for the kids.
So when you say doing too much for the kids, what are some of those things?
As far as this funding and the funding and the curriculum and things they've been able to change to help. I think the pandemic allowed for her to sneak through and make great things for us, and it's coming to fruition.
Yeah.
But before then, it would have been blocked by the state, and we wouldn't have been funded. But because of the pandemic, we got a lot of funding for stuff that we normally wouldn't have got funded for, and Dr. Sandalise is using that as an opportunity to build up our kids. Real talk.
Okay.
Dr. S has been trying.
So you think she she gets unfair treatment, or is that is that some bias in that, or you feel like some of it is true?
She get unfair treatment from Fox 45 because Fox 45 BS's the they BS the article. Like they come and they talk greasy, but they don't come with the full facts. And Dr. S has held it down, and I gotta say, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have been proud and happy to work for her. Alonzo was a fraud. Dr. S came in after Alonzo, and she cleaning up a lot of his BS.
Okay.
And fixing things.
So it's sort of like that the George Bush Obama thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because Dr. Alonzo was a fraud.
Yeah.
He was a fraud. He got caught 3 years after he was in, and then he quit and went back to Harvard. And then all them principals got fired for cheating and changing scores and lying on test grade.
Right.
And that's what Project Baltimore brought up on Dr. Santelisa's watch. But it was on Alonzo. Alonzo was doing that. And they asked her, you the superintendent, how do you feel about blah, 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 blah? And she like, whoa. Like, that wasn't under me. Like, I'm figuring it out type thing. That all that shit was on Alonzo, man. Alonzo was on that BS.
Okay.
It's something I want to ask you about. Is just on a Baltimore public school thing is like this whole IEP thing. This whole for lack of terms, the special ed thing, like how they pushing more kids and No Child Left Behind. Like they pushing more kids into this shit, and they really like seeing kids that like it's just anything they need a little. For quote unquote, a little kick in the ass, a little motivation. And
White agenda has dumbed down our children. Yo, when I was at a board, so my team supports all of the board meetings and all the and the AV and all this stuff, right? I was at a board meeting 5 years ago when they passed that a D was passing.
I remember
I was infuriated.
I remember that. I remember when
I say, yo, why the fuck do you think that our kids are so stupid that a D should be passing? Yo, you setting my kids up for failure. Yo, you doing a D here. Where else is the D going to be anywhere when they go in professional life? Nowhere. And the thing was, yo, when that happened, I lost all faith in the school system. Seriously. When they start doing that, no white liberals start taking over the school board. Oh, little Johnny don't have no shoes and he didn't eat. How can he possibly take a test in the morning? Motherfucker, we all did. Listen, we persevere. Your people can't do that. That's why when the stock market crashed and you only got $1 million in the bank, you jumping out the window, thinking that's the end of the world because you only got $1 million in the bank. We, on the other hand, we prosper. When shit get low, and shit ain't right, we do better and we shine. We're not you. Stop dumbing us down. Right. We're better than that. I hate that. They dumbed us down. I hate that.
They dumbed us down.
And it's like you dumbing us down to a criteria that we don't need to be a part. Because
at all.
If our people can't get a 70 or something, they don't need to fucking be there. Right. And we need more training. Don't give them, you passed. Going to the next grade. No, the fuck you didn't pass.
You setting them up.
Yeah, setting us up for failure, but also setting us up for low expectations.
And it goes back into what you were saying about the jail system and all that shit. When these kids be fucking of age, they 16, 17, they still can't read worth shit.
Nothing.
You don't think how frustrated they are? And
they pass though because they got a D.
They pass though.
They pass.
Fuck the D. They pass because they came to school.
That's the D. You showed up, you get a D.
You showed up.
You showed up, you get a D. And you can't read.
And that's why my question was like, what is happening after graduation? Because you done made it through, and now you putting them out there into the real world, into the workforce, and just saying, it's on you.
Bad relationship, drugs,
best of luck,
fighting, yo.
They go your
all
diploma.
that happened, because you say, all right, you're a man now.
Yep.
Go make a living, but you can't even fill out an application.
Because we tired of having we try to have 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds in here with 15-year-olds.
No, not that. No, because you to fail, we'd have lost funding.
Yep.
So the whole thing is we got passes so we keep our funding.
It's all about funding. It's all about funding.
You gotta keep the bread.
Right. It's all about
America. It's America, baby.
Yep. It's all about funding.
It's America.
But it's sad though, man. It's sad how they do our people. The worst thing they could when I was at that board meeting and they voted, and I heard the justification from the board members of why a D should be passing because of our no mother and father at home and this and that. And I'm sitting there like, yo, okay, we've always persevered past that. Yo, that's not nothing new.
That bullshit.
Like, don't dumb shit down for us. Like, I need my kids to strive for greatness.
For greatness.
Not fucking subpar below shit. Thinking that, I graduated high school. Yo, only thing we needed was a D. You was a D plus person, and you cannot go to college. No. You can't even go to junior college.
I was about to say that.
And what job are you going to have? That. What job are you going to have as a D? You was a D. Yo, come on, man. And school influenced you to be that.
And right, the place you at for 18 years. That's your life right there, for sure.
Well, hold up. Before we end this, because I know you said we about to end, but I do want to say one thing.
No, go ahead on. Get your wisdom.
I want to say one thing about
I have one question for you.
Gay people. I got to bring this back up. People that are...
I ain't asking him, man.
No. Alternative life.
No, he wanted to bring it back up.
But I'm with him.
So here's my thing. Man. I don't think... So you have people who don't have a choice. I truly believe you have some people that are genetic. Because if you understand science, things happen. You talking about Y chromosome, X chromosome. Sometimes the things get mixed up.
Female chromosome.
And it happens.
Right.
But you have a large population that's going on to get along. But the whole thing is, I don't have anything against alternative lifestyles whatsoever.
At all.
My whole thing is, when I was younger, I used to be like, man, gay people, man, hey, yo, what the hell? My son was gay, I disown him, my nephew. Yo, when I got older, I realized, like, yo, I'm going to love you for who you are. Right. But on top of that, I understand the challenges and the things that you're dealing with, and I'm there for you. But my issue is, I don't like the sexuality that's pushed on TV. And I ain't talking about gay. I'm talking about sexuality, period. I do not want to turn on Power and see a man's ass fucking and then turn over in this Halle Berry and he fucking the shit out of Halle Berry on TV. Yo, that's not for TV.
That's porn.
But I definitely don't want to see...
That's funny.
But I definitely don't want to see a man's ass fucking somebody and they turn over and it's Jesse and Paul. Like, yo, I don't want to see it the other way. And I definitely don't push this down my throat. Yeah. Because you didn't push Halle Berry. It was Albert down my throat. Yeah. Don't push fucking Paul and John down my throat. Yo, because you on an agenda shit. Kids and regular people should not see this unless it's a paid cable network and you pay to see that type of shit. But it should not be on regular TV.
So this is my question now.
And it's being pushed on regular TV.
So say how you was talking about how you grew up on your dominant household.
Every commercial, yo.
You watched James Evans with Florida. Mm-hmm. I've seen people get enraged over, even if it ain't no sex scenes, they just don't want to see Michael and Marvin together. Just they not showing no sex scenes. It could be Michael and Marvin instead of Florida and James. It's just a marriage of two gay people together, but you don't see no sex scenes or anything. But you just showing them
because
in a cohabitat together, raising the child. People who say they don't want to see that neither.
So here's the thing. You know why? Mm-hmm. Because of the other shit. So the whole thing is, if you just did that and that was it, people would just be like, okay, yeah, well, it's a good man. But it's the other shit that you shove down the throat, which
shit.
Allow this to be okay. So what you gotta realize, the rude, crazy shit is what kicked the door open to make people accept everything else. Mm-hmm. So now, like, it's like, yeah, you got a man and a man raising a kid, like a modern family. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's a great. Yo, that's my show. I love it. Yo, because of all the other shit when they kicked in the door doing all that crazy shit.
Right. It's repercussions to everything else.
It is.
You can't have that without having this. I get you.
But at the same token, yo, we got to take a stand, yo, and be like, listen, we don't want sexuality on TV, period. I don't want my daughter or my son watching nobody bumping cheeks and sheets, whether it's a man and a man or a woman and a man. Like, really, we don't need to see that.
No kids should see that, regardless.
Cable, you do your thing, but regular TV.
We don't do that in the home.
Yeah, take it up, exactly.
So do you just want them to go back to the logo channel? Like, whereas though, if you gay, you can go to these channels, the L Word is your show and stuff like that. No, this is for grown-ups.
I want everybody to be regular.
He's saying like
I want everybody to be regular.
Just if you
take sexuality out of anything,
adults
or kids.
If you went to whatever you went to, if you went to man on woman,
exactly,
woman on woman, man on man, whatever the fuck you go somewhere with that shit.
Yes.
It shouldn't to be for the
public.
It should
not be on the public watching that.
It shouldn't be easy to
for
just
kids
turn
it
down the street.
Exactly.
Power famous for that.
Bro, and I said the same thing for, you a different age brackets. I said I could not get past fucking Power first season, bro.
None of that shit.
I didn't watch it. A porno.
Yes.
It was nothing but fucking flicks and niggas killing each other, bro. I'm not about to watch that shit. I ain't about to watch motherfuckers killing and fucking. You might watch Game of Thrones. It's the same shit.
Soon as you turn on, you see nigga asses. Bitch sucking dick. Yo, you like, yo.
And that's heterosexual, right? It ain't about being gay.
It's not about none of that shit.
You could be, your grandmother could be in your house or whatever, and it's just crazy.
No, but here's the problem.
Like, what is Power? Power supposed to be some gangster shit. Right. All right, cool. And tell you, we two different times. I'm 30, you're well in your 50s.
51, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying this, like, nigga, Goodfellas, when my pops was showing me Goodfellas, I ain't seen no titties.
None of that.
I ain't seen no.
Maybe one scene.
I ain't seen no.
And as a child, you always just gonna feel a little crazy watching the sex scene with your parents right there.
Even funny shit. I ain't seen none of that funny shit, bro.
So here's my thing.
It's awkward.
Here's my thing. Sex scenes on TV didn't become popular until they wanted to show gay scenes. Before then, it was.
What year would you say this started happening?
Peekaboo.
What year would you say this started happening?
When Will and Grace came out back during that time. When Will and Grace and all that.
But I said Peekaboo was when my pops was showing me Halloween when the sister had just had her titties out. And that was Peekaboo when just the titties was out. Ain't showed her.
And that was the boyfriend.
Right.
Ain't show the boyfriend doing nothing between, nothing.
Now regular TV, you be like,
it's
oh
regular.
shit.
Nigga, you can see the bush down there now. It's that far on regular TV.
You got ass cheek showing, and you're like, oh damn.
Regular TV.
Who that? The nigga Turner was 2 men. You're like, what the fuck?
I got braces shit in my fucking, and I can't watch shit around my kids.
It's on VH1 now, reality TV.
Can't watch shit around my kids.
Nah.
Not even fake
regular
no more.
TV is done.
It's regular TV. It's reality TV. That's what they say. Reality TV. They show everything now. Everything.
But I do have one question though before
we wrap it up.
It ain't got shit to do with none of this.
Okay.
Cause this is Roc shit. He do the Mancave shit for real. Mm-hmm. I got my own shit that I'm trying to really do great, right? It's called Smokin With Tre.
Okay.
So
shameless plug.
My guys.
My shameless we promoting each other. That's how we do.
Yes.
Family.
So you feel me? And I don't know when we'll ever do this again. So I have to ask you this one fucking question.
Okay.
I don't know if you feel me, if you partake in the marijuana or not.
Of course I do, but go ahead.
Oh goddamn!
I am a licensed medical marijuana consumer. I've had my license for over 4 years now.
Goddamn! So this is the question I'm asking you: 3 people that you would want to smoke with. See, mine's I'm gonna give you a quick little. I ain't gonna do no backdrop. It's Mike Tyson. No, it's no order. Mike Tyson, Snoop Dogg, and Mike Tyson, Snoop Dogg, and Dave Chappelle.
So you talking about present, past,
what the fuck ever.
So, first person I want to smoke with, was Bob Marley, yo. He was a motherfucking genius.
God damn it. This thing
Bob Marley was on that shit, that Rastafarian and that fucking, but it was all about him elevating his people. Like, it was never about, I wish I could smoke with Bob Marley and just listen to the shit he was kicking, yo.
Real shit.
Bob Marley was my man, yo. Second smoke with, I would have to say, real shit, Pac. Pac was on some wild ass shit, and I would just like to sit down and talk to him and be like, yo, what the fuck was going on, yo? Why was you wilding like that, yo? Like you was on some positive shit, yo. You was from the Panthers, and then you just, something happened, yo, that should do something. Like, I just want to talk to Pac.
Yeah.
And then my third person, yo. Real talk, yo. Somebody that I would think would smoke, cause I got somebody, Dr. Ben, but I would say, I would have to say, Harriet Tubman.
Damn. Harriet T.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would want to know what motivated her to keep dealing with them motherfuckers that didn't even want to be free.
Yeah.
And she kept coming to them like, yo, you don't understand. You talking about you, nigga, I'm trying to get you free and you don't even understand what freedom is. You ready to go?
Yeah, it's already running.
Okay, let's go.
And the thing is, you had, before I close out, the thing is, I didn't know until I watched A Good Brother. He directed a movie about Nat Turner. And they tried to cancel him because everything he do is about just showing black history on television and film. I messed with him, but they came out with something that happened supposedly in college.
Yeah, he raped a white girl.
Yeah, where they say he raped her and stuff like that. And Gabrielle Union ended up like not showing up to the premiere of the movie.
Yeah, but he retracted like that chick retracted that shit.
Yeah. He never was found like guilty and stuff like that. But it happened during the promotion of Nat Turner.
Yeah, of course it did.
So and then it went away. But I didn't know that Nat Turner used to go around spreading the word of the Bible for the white man. Like they were sending him to different because like I said, they giving us the watered down version in our textbooks, but they not telling us the full part. Because I guess they kind of they felt like if we put this part in, it would take away from the man himself. But then when he started waking up,
but the whole thing was
and stuff like that.
Nat Turner could read. So what it was, they gave him certain Bible verses that he was supposed to read to the other blacks, and all the versions that everything that he read was about. In Deuteronomy and everything, talking about the people who were being enslaved because of their sins. And he realized, like, yo, why the fuck am I keep reading about us being enslaved because of our sins? And it's so many other verses in the Bible that I can read and don't have nothing to do with that. So that's when he started fighting back. But yeah, he was the mouthpiece for the white people. He was actually the mouthpiece for the white people. Right. To control slaves. Yeah. To control slaves. But then when he realized it and he started spreading the other word, that's when that fire happened. Yeah. And that's when they had that rebellion.
And they did him dirty when they finally caught him.
Well, I mean, they skinned him and hung him.
And they said he did with, It
took him a while to catch him, though.
Right.
It took him a while to catch him because he was on the run hiding. But I'm going to tell you somebody you need to read up. Read about Denmark Vesey. That was before Nat Turner. Denmark Vesey. Look up Denmark Vesey.
Okay.
That was before Nat Turner, a former slave that became a guide on the ships. And what happened was he would guide the ships to come over for the slaves. And when they came over to capture the slaves, he was helping the slaves escape and shit. And they thought he was a hand boy, just on there doing his thing, but every time they went and catch the slaves, he was helping them get away.
Okay.
Yeah, read up on Denmark Vesey.
Okay.
Him and not Captain Jack, but he was something Jack. That was his right hand man. And they freed so many slaves and had the rebellion way before Nat Turner. And that's the stuff they don't teach you.
Yeah.
Look it up.
For those who don't know, definitely read up on your history about Haiti. Because to this day, they not to be trifled with just because they wasn't going down without fighting. They were the first one to defeat.
Yeah,
they defeated them in war. Yeah,
and the first one who had a female ruler. Haiti had a female ruler, and they gave sovereign to any African who left America and came home. That's what Marcus Garvey and them was doing. They was building a ship. I mean, they was paying for a ship to go back to Haiti. Haiti was the first sovereign place where you could go as a free slave. Yeah. That couldn't be extradited. If you was a slave and you got away, Haiti accepted you. That's why America did what they did to Haiti.
That's why Haiti still fought up.
That's why America did what they did to Haiti, because Haiti allowed free slaves to come and had homage there. That's exactly why Haiti is fucked up right now. Because they went against the grain.
Right, because they went against the grain. And they pulled back and they actually won. back in them times.
Against the French.
Right, against the French.
And you know what they said? And I'm going to tell you some real white people shit. They defeated the French army, and these motherfuckers come up with a story talking about the Haitians prayed to the devil, and the devil gave them the power to defeat the French army. That's why they
That's
cursed
in shows
white.
and movies to this day. They always use Haitians for dark magic and stuff like that.
They say that they prayed to the devil, and that's the only way you could beat a white army is you had to pray to the devil. Mm-hmm. Not because you were superior and this was your hometown and you whipped their ass. No. In order for you to win, you had to pray to the devil.
That's prayer.
The devil gave you the power because God would not allow.
That is
yo, that's how white people do, yo.
Good old white man.
That's how they do. That's how they do.
I watch a show that's heavily centered around supernatural beings, and when they go to the French quarters in New Orleans, everybody they encounter because the main characters, of course, white people and stuff like that. But when they encounter the dark magic and stuff like that, they go and learn from the black, the black Haitian women, and they're the witches, but they more channeled in with like the witchcraft and and
it's not even
dark magic. They show the eyes on the back of the head and the white eyes.
It's the African mystery system. It's the principle of us being us being at one with the universe. Right. That's something they cannot. Listen, a soulless person can never be at one with the universe. Mm-hmm. White people are soulless. That's why they are allowed to be so ruthless in what they do. And that's why they control as much as they... us as a people, we don't go kill mother, grandkids, grandbaby, great-grandbaby, and wipe them out like it's nothing, and then justify it with the Bible. That's what they do. That's not us.
Right.
They are... they are a whole total different animal, man. And the thing is, us as a people, we were bum rushed, bombarded, and bamboozled by them. But now, as we grow tougher and fighting, now regulations and things are coming in to stop us from doing it. And that's how they get us, yo. They control law. As long as they control law, they control us.
They control law.
Shit.
Easiest thing. Open carry, right to bear arms was always okay until the Black Panthers start taking it to their advantage and they banned it.
Now with some other funny shit.
We always could carry open. You can open carry everybody.
Right.
Everybody.
But then all of a sudden, when the Black Panthers did it to keep our community safe and everything, they passed it on in California like, nah, can't open carry. You gotta have this. You gotta do this. You gotta sign this. You gotta be approved. You gotta be there. And it's like, hold up.
You gotta do all this funny shit.
These niggas have had all this shit for the last 20 years. We just started and we protected our shit. And now we gotta go through hoops and none of this we qualify. Because ultimately at the end you say you gotta be a white citizen. And so now none of us qualify to be able to carry a legal gun unless we're a police officer. Yo, that's how they do. Black Wall Street. They burned our shit down.
Yeah.
Do you know they passed a public ordinance after they burned our shit down saying that no foundation that was destroyed by fire can ever have another foundation built on top of it. That's why to this day, Black Wall Street is a park. They put an ordinance in where as though you cannot build back on top of any foundation that was destroyed by fire.
That's crazy.
That was to stop our ancestors who owned the property from rebuilding.
Like you destroyed it and then I can't even rebuild.
Anything destroyed by fire cannot have a new structure on it.
So would they use it as something like they say historical?
No.
Historical ground?
It was a providence that was passed. Any foundation that was destroyed by fire is inhabitable and cannot be built again. So it is a park. Just like the park of New York.
Central?
Yeah. Central Park was a black landmark. Once again, where our people lived and prospered up there. They destroyed it and put the same type of ordinance in where you couldn't rebuild on it. That's why it's a park.
The same property, you could just build some trees, whatever, some stores, whatever.
You cannot build nothing on it. You can't build nothing on it. That's why it's a park. And the whole thing is, we had buildings, hospitals, churches, schools. When they took that shit over and knocked all that shit down, they say you can't build on this no more.
That's crazy.
That's why it's Central Park now. That's why it's
Central Park.
Park.
And now they use it as something good because
crazy, yo. We lost all that. That
New
was
York is
shit.
the only, like, that's probably like the only place in New York that you can go at for like
but that was
trees
the slave port.
and trees and
But that's
natural
where
habitats.
no, but
and
that's
stuff
where
like
the
that.
slaves were allowed. That's the only place the slaves were allowed to build at. So when free slaves, remember, up north, quote unquote, was the free place. So when the slaves got through Maryland, who's the Mason-Dixon line that got up there, Central Park was where was the slave inhabitants where you could go at and be safe. And we grew and built communities, and they got upset with that shit. Came in and knocked us out, and they said you can't build nothing else there, and that's why it's a park. Same thing happened in Texas.
Wow.
That's like legislation, man. That's how they do, man.
That's all you can do. Is laws built by white men.
Man, down in Texas, man, them motherfuckers dropped bombs on us from crop planes. Bombs.
Oh, shit.
Down in Texas, when we went through that war, that fight with them, they used crop planes and was coming over dropping dynamite, blowing up where we was at, setting fires. And they're going to come and say, oh, if it's destroyed by fire, you can't rebuild on the land.
Rebuild.
And all our family, all this land and everything that we own, we lost.
That's real shit.
Hey.
That's a whole nother segment.
Hey,
Don't get me started with that.
Hey, it's been a great conversation. I'd like to say thank you again for stopping by, coming to the Mancave parlays today. Y'all see why I tell you this is the ultimate, you feel me, master right here. This the ultimate, you get what I'm saying, guy that's still in his apprenticeship because he understands that he can get smarter every day. And that's what we trying to teach y'all. No matter how wise you are in this world, every day that you are able to breathe is a day you can learn and get better from the previous day. And this is a guy who I learned a lot from. If you're watching this episode, you're going to learn a lot from. This is a guy that's in his ultimate apprenticeship. We are in our apprenticeship, and we are talking to a master of life, a mentor. You get what I'm saying? As mentees and stuff like that, so we can pass this information down to our loved ones and people who are not in our circles and stuff like that. We trying to get this information on a global scale, which is why we got the cameras up, which is why we give him the platform and the voices, the people, so ways he can spread his message through someone else who might have the means of spreading it to thousands, even millions. So we just want to say thank you again for just coming here and blessing us with this wisdom. You know we're going to have to bring him back up here for some more because he couldn't stop. He can keep going. He can keep going. Yeah. I'm saving you right now. He can keep going. You get what I'm saying? We're going to be here all day, but we try to spread it into 3 hours for y'all, 2.5 to 3 hours, but it's never enough. You get what I'm saying? We done went into everything. We done went into everything for y'all, from the school system, you get what I'm saying, to masculinity, the attack on it, to being an upstanding gentleman, you get what I'm saying, to the difference between man and woman, raising your daughter from your son. You get what I'm saying? Like, tap in with them. You get what I'm saying? Just tell them where to find you at and catch you at in any of the social media.
I don't even know what that is. I'll be honest with you. Nephew, I don't even know what my social media is. I'm on Instagram.
I'm going to put it in for y'all. It's going to be in the description. It's going to be in the description.
But the funny thing is, the only thing I show on Instagram is cooking because I love to cook. That's my passion. I love to cook.
Right.
And they'll tell you they love my food, but I really appreciate what you're doing, and this is needed. And you know, any type of positive conversation between us, for us, by us is always outstanding and great. And I appreciate you inviting me and giving me the accolades and everything. But I'm just doing what the Creator put me here to do, and I'm just being me, and I'm always be me. Would you say what I'm cooking?
Yeah.
So I cooked so I cooked some so I cooked some jerk turkey wings yesterday, some homemade macaroni and cheese and some Obey sweet Obey hot honey sweet corn on the cob.
That shit sound crazy.
Yeah.
I never even heard that with corn. I ain't even nobody doing that with corn.
Yeah, hot honey and Obey. Hot honey and Obey corn on the cob. Kevin had some earlier.
Look at it, he just getting up.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, brothers, y'all, and I love y'all, man. Keep being positive, keep doing what you're doing.
Another episode of Mancave Parlay. Make sure you tap in with us, man. Tap in.
Peace.